Hello, everyone. Welcome back for your daily dose. I'm Marquise Navarro with Marquise Navarro Coaching. So, yesterday I talked about goals and setting your priorities for those goals, but I may have missed an important step, I think, that we should discuss today, which is vision. All right. Before we do anything in life, we should probably know why we're doing it, right? So, and that's where the vision comes in handy. Having a vision is important because it is literally telling you where you want to be at the end of that hard run, if you will. Think of it like this: if you're taking a road trip, you're not going to go without knowing where you're going to stop. Right? Where's the end? What do you want it to be? What's going on, Christian? And I think that's very important, and I talk about it on a regular basis because since I started this coaching thing, one thing that's been prevalent in a lot of people that I've talked to is the fact that they've got all these things that they want to accomplish, but they don't know what it looks like at the end. You can say, "Well, I want to start a business." Well, that's not the end goal, right? Starting a business is just the beginning. Ergo, I want to start a business. I want to quit my job and pursue my dreams. Okay, what does that look like? Where do you want to be? Where are you going to end up in the long run? And it's important to know that. All right. You have to make your own vision statement. So, what does that look like? Well, it depends on you. We have to figure out why we want to do it, right? Why do I want to take this journey that I'm about to set on? Where do I want to be? And it doesn't have to be like in 10 years. You can make it shorter than that for now. You can make incremental visions, if you will. In 1 year, I want to be here. 2 years, I want to be here. In 3 years, I want to be here. Because the vision is never going to end. Because once you get there, you're going to probably want to go beyond that as well. So it's important to know where you want to be. You know, so one quote that comes to mind is by George Washington Carver. It says, "Where there is no vision, there is no hope." Because again, it's your roadmap. It's where you want to go. When you set a vision, you've actually set forth certain things in your universe, in your world that says, all right, I can tailor everything I'm going to do to this particular vision. Right? If you don't have the vision, you're just going to be doing stuff to do stuff. It's going to be arbitrary, and you're not going to get anywhere. Hey, Maria, how you doing? And I talked about this, to several individuals, and it's funny because you may think, I've made it this far. I've done a lot of good things. So I want to start this new venture. And then it doesn't go anywhere. 6 months later, it's nothing. And then I often sit down with folks and I'm like, so, what's the holdup? Like, what are you lacking? And it's always, I'm not really sure. This is what I've done. This is what I know I want to do. Okay, but where do you want to be? And that's the most important question that people don't ask themselves. Where do I want to be? Why am I doing all of this? And it doesn't matter what the why is, as long as it's your why. You have to know why you're doing it. Some people have to have this misconception that, well, if I'm doing it just for the money, that's not the right thing to do. Well, it's up to you. Don't let other people judge or dictate what you're going to do with your why, right? Why do you want to do what you're doing? Why am I doing coaching? Two reasons. And one of them is very selfish. One, I enjoy helping people. And that, I know it sounds funny because for those of you who know me for years, I'm very sarcastic and I like to mess with people. But I do like helping people, helping folks to see that aha moment as we're having a conversation. And that's awesome. For me, it makes me feel good. And of course, it makes them feel good too, right? Gets them what they want, where they want to be. Second, I want to make money. I do want to provide for my family. And that's a very big thing. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to provide for your family. So if your vision is to be rich and live the life that you've always want to live, while pursuing, your passion, okay, that's your why, right? That's your vision. So I think it's important to know it up front. And if you don't know it up front, we'll sit down and do it. So how do you develop a vision statement? Well, the first thing is you need to be concise. All right. Again, I said sit down and figure out why you want to do it, right? But what you don't want to do is make it so wordy and so long that you end up confusing yourself and confusing other people. It's not cool. It's not going to be helpful. All right. You see a lot of visions and vision statements, right? And you see corporations. If you look at the most successful corporation, it's probably going to be very short and concise. It says exactly where they want to be and where they want to go with their particular business. And that's important because, again, if it's too wordy, you're going to confuse yourself. And you want to challenge yourself. If you make it too easy, it's just not going to be worth the juice isn't going to be worth the squeeze. It's just going to be kind of boring. All right. Challenge yourself. You can do amazing things as long as you believe you can do it. That's important too. All right. Next is you want to set an expected end date. When do you want to do it? When do you want to be done? All right. Because if you don't have an end date, you're just going to be going and going and going. And then you're never going to see it. All right. That's important. Last but not least, you have to be absolutely 100% clear in what you want. Again, this goes back to knowing your why. If you're not clear, if it's a lot of ambiguous jargon about where you want to be in the future, or why you want to do it, it's not going to feel genuine, and you're going to know that. You're going to feel it in your bones, and every action you take is not going to be put forth with a lot of effort. If you're clear and you know your why, you're going to be motivated to finish it. All right. So keep that in mind. And again, a vision is the first thing you should be doing. Knowing your goals and knowing what you want to do or where you want to be at the end of the road is important, because again, if you don't know where you're going, you're just going to be driving in circles, or just going to drive in a straight line with nowhere to go. And I think that is definitely something to keep in mind. Now, knowing that, I got a challenge for you. If you know what you want to do with your life, i.e., I have a goal and it is this, right? Say you want to start a business, and because of today's, events, everybody's stuck at home trying to figure things out. And for those of you who are maybe at the mercy of a company, or, you weren't working from home before, well, now you have a chance, and this is an opportunity to sit down and really think about what you want to do. What's going on, Rick? Thanks, man. Think about what you want to do. All right. This was an eye opener for a lot of people. You can sit down and sulk, or you can use it as an opportunity to say, you know what? I'm not going to let this happen again. I'm going to create something that will last, that will outlast this and any other issue, just short of, World War III, of course. And sit down and figure out what you want to do. What are you good at? What is your passion? What drives you? What motivates you? Okay. And write it out. Where do I want to be in 5 years? What can I start today that will outlast this issue, or this pandemic, or this war, or this drought, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're going through at the moment? And create a vision. And then start. All right. I already talked about knowing your priorities yesterday. And today we're talking about vision. Write your vision for the future. Figure out where you want to be and what you're going to do. All right. So I know keeping these fairly short. I don't want to take up too much of anybody's time. Everybody's got other things to do, right? And because of the state of affairs today, everybody is doing these things. And I think everybody should get a feel for all the content creators out there that are producing awesome stuff and wise words. So get out there, figure out your vision, figure out your why, and let's get going. This is Marquise Navarro. I'm out.